Shifting our focus now, let's talk about a historic shift that has happened in the country as the Prime Minister Narendra Modi has gone on to inaugurate a new office for PMO. Now, so PMO is going to be moving out of the South Block for the first time since independence, and today Prime Minister Narendra Modi unveiled the name of the new building complex, which is now called Sewa Teerth. He will be addressing a public event at 6 p.m. this evening. For 78 years, remember, South Block has been the epicenter of India's governance, housing the PMO alongside the Ministry of Defence and the Ministry of External Affairs. It has witnessed decisions that have shaped the nation's destiny, from wartime strategies to landmark economic reforms. This move marks an end of an era. We're now getting in these visuals of the last cabinet meeting at the South Block. We will just play that visual out for our viewers. The last cabinet meeting that marks the end of the era, really, that is in fact being conducted at the South Block building as the PMO moves out of the South Block. So as a very signatory sort of a sign-off there, that is the last cabinet meeting. These are visuals that are coming in of the last cabinet meeting as the PMO moves out of the South Block. 78 years is the time that the PMO has been housed in the South Block, and now it gets a new address, the Sewa Teerth, which has been inaugurated by the Prime Minister. And now we are getting in these images of the last cabinet meeting there at South Block. My colleague Payal Mehta with all of those details, and she has managed to access these images for our viewers. Payal, we are looking at something historic. In fact, a sign-off there or a send-off possibly by the South Block as the PMO now gets a new address at Sewa Teerth. But these are the last, this is the last cabinet meeting that is right now happening at the South Block, and this is in no sense any less historic. 78 years is the time that the PMO has been housed at the South Block.
Yes, the PMO was first established there in 1947, immediately after we gained independence, but it gained prominence in the 70s when Morarji Desai made this into a full-fledged Prime Minister office. That is something which is going to be of great importance given the fact that we are bidding to a certain section of the history that we've really inherited. But Prime Minister Narendra Modi has been saying that India is a country of 144 crore, and we need to move on, and we need to get the Indianness in as well. And it's time to bid goodbye to the British or the colonial area laws, norms, and also the colonial area infrastructure as well. But the government of the day, Griha, is not doing away with these structures. These structures are going to be converted into a museum. It's going to be a museum which is going to talk about the eternity of time as well. A lot of work has gone into that for that medium to be developed, over the next many years that we build up to this 1947 that Prime Minister is really speaking about. But significant is the meeting, and you can see all the leaders sitting over there, all the cabinet ministers sitting over there. Everybody's at ease, everybody's wearing a smile on their face. And nonetheless, for many ministers, especially the young ministers like Ram Mohan Naidu and the others, it's going to be a great day because they stand as part of this history, the last historic cabinet meeting before they move to Sewa Teerth. And significantly, the Prime Minister Narendra Modi has coined the name Sewa Teerth, given the fact that the theme of his government is to work for the people. Seva is something which they speak about, and Teerth is a very pious sort of holy place. And therefore, the government is always reminded of its duty towards the people. And therefore, Prime Minister Narendra Modi time and again has also called himself as a Janta Sevak and as Pradhan Sevak. So a lot of significance over there. We've already seen various ministries move to the Kartavya Bhavans, which has been set up on the Janpat Road as well. And that is also one significant move that we've seen from the government, but more and more offices will now move. Offices of the INB Ministry, offices of Agriculture Ministry, offices of the External Affairs Ministry, offices of the Defence Ministry, they'll all move to these Kartavya Bhavans that you can see established, along the Janpat Road. So many buildings which have been part of India's growth journey over the last many decades now say goodbye, and time to move forward and time to move towards a developed India, better infrastructure, better preparedness, more eco-friendly buildings, because a lot of these buildings will now have water conservation methods to dispose waste properly, make sure that they promote renewable energy. All of these things, modern security, because remember, India is always under the threat for security reasons as well. So that's being taken into account. Earthquake-free buildings is also one big aspect by which Prime Minister Narendra Modi's government has also gotten
Absolutely,
the new
and
parliament
a
building
very
inaugurated.
historic day, Payal, and we are in fact looking at these shots that are coming in. The last cabinet briefing there at the South Block, and Prime Minister Narendra Modi, who's already inaugurated the Sewa Teerth, has signed several key files focused on welfare, on Seva already from the Sewa Teerth.